The Cosmic Realm, a dimension of unfathomable dread where reality warps and sanity falters. Today we're going to be getting into all the lore on the Cosmic Realm. Yes, everything, except for the Wraiths. I plan on making a full, backstory video on the Wraiths, similar to my video on Prince Azric. So stay tuned. Also, sorry if my voice sounds weird. I'm still recovering from a pretty bad cold I had a week ago. And my throat still just doesn't feel good. And I'm going to have to wait a while until it's good again. So, sorry about that, but let's get into the video. The Spire of Nerathul. Built in the northern sea of Estfoivia, which I reckon is like the northern Atlantic for Argentinor, this place was built under a covenant between the Wraiths and the Night Sentinels. There also seems to be an open portal to the Cosmic Realm above the Spire, which is strange, but we'll get into that later. Under the water shows us the actual city. Weirdly enough, the Codex tells us that the water is part of the prison for Cthulhu. I don't know how that works, considering Cthulhu is an aquatic being, so I don't know how that would work. Flying through the city, it's very clearly very old. I don't know exactly how old, but I reckon around a few thousand years old, at the very least. There's also many buildings made in Cthulhu's likeness, so that shows us that one way or another, the people of this city would worship Cthulhu, which is strange to think because, well, they were allied with the Wraiths, and the Wraiths, I'll make a separate video on the Wraiths, but I don't think the Wraiths necessarily liked Cthulhu or liked the Cosmic Realm. So, what I think happened here was a sort of Necron situation, where they tried to summon Cthulhu so that they can worship him, but when they summoned him, he was hostile. He wasn't friendly, he was hostile. So, what they did was, they did something similar to what the Necrons did from 40k, where they instead imprisoned and basically sealed away their god. This would explain the giant portal up in the sky that leads directly to the Cosmic Realm, as Cthulhu came from there, but he never got the chance to close it. The Codex also confirms that they used the Ballistic Force Crossbow, which is the BFC, against Cthulhu to beat Cthulhu. More on the crossbow later, but I just want to quickly note that the crossbow is said to use cosmic energy, so I just wanted to point that out before we moved on. We free Cthulhu, of course, and we ride on his back as a sort of way to sort of transition ourselves through the portal into the Cosmic Realm. The Cosmic Realm, as I said earlier, is a dimension of unfathomable dread where reality warps and sanity falters. Impossible geometry rising from blackened seas. The skies glow of colors unknown and holds beings impossible to comprehend. Now, exactly how Earth has different biomes, the Cosmic Realm also has many different biomes, specifically 3 that we're going to get into. There's also a secret 4th one, but that one's not going to be important until that upcoming Wraith video, so stay tuned. The first biome or location we're going to be looking at is the city of Ry'uul. This area has a very clear, very alien look to it. It doesn't look remotely recognizable, not even in the slightest. It does have a sky. It's not just all, it's not like a cave or anything. It's hard to see, but it does have, stars. There's a bunch of obelisks, mainly in the sky, and this combined with the green color, it looks very Necron, from 40k. It's a little uncanny, actually. There's a very high focus on eyes and the architecture, and even something that looks similar to a pentagram, almost. We have some actual real eyes growing from the walls. I think this is connected to the cosmic hive mind, which is referenced in some of the codexes. We'll get into that later. Next, we have the Ry'uul Marshes. Now, this area has a lot more of a cosmic aesthetic to it, far more so than the other ones. It lives up the most to the Cosmic Realm name out of all the areas, and it's very apparent in how it looks. It looks very space-like. Unfortunately, we don't know too much of this area because it didn't come with a codex like the other 2 areas. So, unfortunately, we just don't know what's going on in this area as much as the other 2. Finally, we have the Temple of Lomarith. Now, visually, this area is completely different from the rest. Aside from being green, this one is instead, pink and purple. It's said to be pretty much a graveyard of ships from countless dimensions and epochs, and that either were attempting to get into the Cosmic Realm, or that were just accidentally sucked into it. It also appears that this is the area that Cthulhu chose to make his home, I think very obviously because it's got a sea, and we know from the works of Lovecraft that Cthulhu is connected to the ocean, so I just wanted to point that out. And speaking of Cthulhu, Cthulhu is confirmed to be the god of the Cosmic Realm. I don't know how he coexisted with the Wraiths, who are also confirmed to be gods. I'll cover that in my Wraith video, but fact of the matter is, Cthulhu is the god of the cosmic realm. As it said in the Codex, he has chaotic divinity, as it said. We also know that he got captured at the Spire of Nerathul, but after that, after he was resurrected by Hell, it seems like that everything about him was kind of stripped away. It says in the Codex that him being resurrected by Hell turned him into basically a servant for Hell and basically stripped him of everything that made him what he was before. And unfortunately, it's permanent, so he's just always going to be like this. Worship of Cthulhu in the cosmic realm might also be considered pretty unusual and not the norm, because in Ry'uul's Codex, the Witch's Codex, it says that she's an extremist, but it also says that she's unbelievably loyal towards Cthulhu. So you could make the argument that Cthulhu is not really respected in the cosmic realm, or is respected but isn't considered like the primary god. This could be connected to the Wraiths, as the Wraiths are also considered gods, so there could have been some sort of civil war that happened in the cosmic realm. I'll mention more of this in my Wraith video, but like somebody in my one of my dear subscribers in my one of my posts, he said that there could have been some sort of civil war, which I agree with. That seems very likely. Again, I'll just make an entire video based on the Wraiths, and I'll explain all of it there. Starting off, we have a demon that you wouldn't have expected, the Nightmare Imp. Now, the Codex says that the Nightmare Imp uses cosmic magic to turn itself invisible. This tells us something very important. It tells us that as far back as Doom 64, that the cosmic realm has been involved with Hell, one way or another. Because the Nightmare Imp debuted in Doom 64, and Doom 64 takes place before the Doomslayer even locked himself in Hell. So, the cosmic realm has been involved with Hell since as far back as that. Makes me think if maybe Azric had some influence back then, before he was crowned Prince of Hell. Next, we have the Tentacle. Now, we don't have much on the Tentacle, but basically it just confirms to us two things. It confirms to us that the cosmic realm corrupts any realities it's exposed to, and it basically hints at the cosmic hive mind, which we have more on later. Next up, we have the Cacodemon. Now, the Cacodemon makes more references towards the hive mind, and to some gods even. It says that its thoughts are a way of it communicating with the gods, which I reckon is Cthulhu and at one point maybe the Wraiths. It also says that their thoughts are supposed to feed the gods, and I have no idea how that would work, so I'm not even going to try to make sense of it. Next up, we have the Cosmic Baron. This is a weird one, because it's not a naturally born demon. It's not a naturally corrupted demon from the cosmic realm. It's a synthetic one. It's said to be created through, get this, Lomarith synthetics from techno-sorcerers of the cosmic realm. And, I don't know what Lomarith synthetics are. I assume it's some form of synthetic way to develop demons. But this is just telling us that the Cosmic Baron, it's an artificial demon. It's not a real, natural-born demon. However, it was made in the image of the Baron of Hell, so that's at least one thing we have that is not synthetic from it. It was based on an already existing demon. Note, it's not based on the 2016 Baron, because, well, it predates that one. It was probably based on the Doom 1 and 2 Baron of Hell. Next up, and finally, we have the Acolyte. The Acolyte is not a native of the cosmic realm. They are actually corrupted hollow sentinel priests. Personally, I think the ones we fight in-game are the corrupted people from the Spire of Nerathul all the way back at the start of the video. So, just some little cool theory I had. The Acolytes are said to be connected almost like a hydra, a serpent with many heads. I don't know what that could mean. I think they might be connected psychically. They're definitely not connected physically, but psychically I think they're connected. I think they're connected maybe similar to like zombie pigmen from Minecraft, where if you attack one, they suddenly all know what's going on and what's happening. I think that might be what's going on. And that's all I have for this video. There were a few more like smaller things that weren't really worth putting in the video, but generally that's all like the important stuff that I needed to mention. I'm sorry this video took so long. I didn't intend for it to take this long. I've just been busy with other stuff, and I apologize. I'll try and get videos out faster next time, so I promise on that, and I'll try to keep to my promise. And that's all I have for this video, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.